Hello, welcome back to Rice. I don't know how to do an intro still. It's going to change from video to video, but today, finally, I don't know if it's finally, it's only been like 2 weeks since it came out. But anyways, the Eternals review. I saw it like last week, and I liked it. It's just a good Marvel movie. It's not like the best, I would say. It's not even like top 5, it might be top 10, I would say. Better than Black Widow, because everyone knows anything's better than Black Widow. I'm kidding. But yeah, I'd say it's better than Black Widow. I'm still trying to decide if I think it's better or not as good as Shang-Chi. It's up there. Is it though? Is it really? No, I'm deciding now. It's below Shang-Chi, but it's still good. It's in like the 6 to 9 range in like the top 10. I don't really have like my own top 10 in my head right now, so that's just a guess. Maybe I'll do an actual like ranking at some point. Maybe on the channel, maybe on like Letterboxd. Who knows? But anyway, about the actual movie and not other movies that it compares to, it was cool. It's a long movie, for a Marvel movie at least, but it's a long movie. It's like the second longest Marvel movie, I think. Oh, MCU movie. You can feel that. I wouldn't say it's not like Endgame where you think, oh wow, that really wasn't 3 hours. If anything, it felt longer than Endgame, I think. Okay, maybe not, no. But pacing wise, I mean, it feels longer. Like you can feel the length compared to Endgame where everything is actually quite snappy. It does feel like it's a long movie, and I'll say my one problem with it is that it's long, but for the amount of characters, and I do think there might be too many characters, for the amount of characters, you'd think, oh, long runtime, that means they're gonna really go in depth in these characters, and you know, what they want in life, and what they like, and, you know, character stuff that makes you connect to them. That's what the MCU is known for, and it doesn't really do that. It's almost like everything... it's that long and that dense just to get all these like expository dialogues and all the stuff about why the Eternals weren't fighting Thanos, or you know, stuff like that, where I don't really care as long as you tell me, oh, they just couldn't do it because they weren't allowed. You don't go too in depth about it, leave it at that. Audiences are smart enough to get, oh, okay, there's a higher you know, like a god like figure that said no, you can't do this, and they'll get on board with it. Because if you tell them that, they don't have anything else to go off of, they're gonna have to accept it. So you really don't have to reiterate it to the audience like every 10 minutes. But other than that, so basically, no, not other than that, I have to finish my point, but if they just focus a lot of that time on actually building up the characters and giving them, I really like the actors have chemistry, but really giving the characters chemistry and making it feel like they have been like knowing each other for thousands of years. It didn't feel like people have been alive for thousands of years. They just felt like MCU characters. They should have been different. I'm not saying they can't have fun moments, but you know, really show what that would do to someone being around for that long. And tell us what they like. Like I don't even know what the main character, I get she was like a nice lady. Other than that was kind of it. And she liked the Game of Thrones man, Icarus. Yeah. But sounds like I don't like this movie. But moving on from the negatives, actually one more negative. I do think that the secondary antagonist, I won't say who the first antagonist is because it's a spoiler. But secondary antagonist, he was kind of just there. They either should have done more with him or done less with him, and doing less with him means don't have him in the movie, because his role in this movie, at like the way it was, very pointless. And I wish they had just used the time spent, because minutes are vital to, they're important, every minute, every second. So instead of spending time on this secondary antagonist that in the end amounts to nothing, spend it on time developing the characters more. You know, but okay. moving on, because it sounds like I do not like this movie, and I do. I really liked cinematography. The cinematography was really good for a Marvel movie, especially like the way it was shot. It was like it wasn't CGI heavy. There weren't a lot of green screens. It was on like on-set locations, which is what Chloe Zhao really wanted to do, and she pushed for it. And I think the movie worked better for that, because if it was all just like green screens and you can tell they're on a set, I don't think this movie would have worked as well at all. I feel like it would be very lifeless. But I feel like because you can tell they're actually in the spaces that the film takes place in, and like you can go there, you would be able to go there and it's like a real place, it works because it fits just kind of the tone, and like there's a focus on Earth as like that's a key point in the film. It kind of makes sense to use like the real Earth and the real places and the real landscapes to like portray that. I like the action. It wasn't like the best, especially towards the end. I'd say the final battle was kind of iffy. It was kind of CGI heavy. Not saying none of it was CGI heavy, but I think like the first fight in London was cool. I can't really remember the fights. There was one in like the woods. That was good. But then the final fight was kind of just okay. The comedy was cool. It was funny. I liked that side character who had the camera. Can't remember his name. It was Kingo's right-hand man, his valet, I think. I liked him. He was funny. I like how he was just kind of like, you know, and there's just that human character that tags along and doesn't really seem to like weirded out by the fact that these are like thousands of year old like demigod weird people. He's just like kind of there. He just wants to film it. It's just funny. But yeah. So yeah, it was shot. I feel like this is like the best shot Marvel movie. Same way I'd say Shang-Chi had like the best hand-to-hand combat action direction. This has like really, really good cinematography and shots. It feels like Marvel wanted like an artsy art house film. Not art house, no. Not art house, but you know, like well shot for a superhero movie. Because comic book movies tend to have people saying that they are kind of just generic, the lighting's flat, which it wasn't in this movie. The lighting's really good, like the color grading's really good. But you know, flat cinematography, flat direction, there's nothing really special to it. I was to talk about Into the Spider-Verse, of course. But this, I feel, will change MCU movies for the better, I really hope, where they just let the director actually direct it. And don't just, you know, it's just not like the Disney overlords just directing the movie for them. They actually let them go to the locations they want, you know, do the stuff they want. So yeah, I would say this movie was good. It's not like the best Marvel movie, like I said, and I do think there were too many characters just to get attached to them, really. I get people have fan favorites, and so do I. I feel like that's just down to the people who were not boring, basically, and that's why people are attached to the cute couple and the funny guy with his funny sidekick, and not the main character because she was kind of boring, and not the Superman guy because he was kind of boring as well. And no, actually, the latter half, without saying anything, he became, I'd say, one of the better characters. But overall, I'd say I'd watch it again. When it comes out on Disney Plus, I'll probably watch it again. The end credit scene, the post credit scene, at least the first one, the mid credit scene, was really cool. I really liked that. I know people might not like said actor who's in that post credit scene, but I liked it. And then like the end credit scene was cool, but basically there's a mystery voice. I'm doing a spoiler free thing, so I'm not gonna say who, but if you know, you know. I just wish they showed the person, because Chloe Zhao literally said it in an interview who it is. Someone asked, "Is it this person?" She was like, "Yeah." So if your director's not gonna be hiding it, and people figured it out literally after watching the movie, just show the person, because it's cooler that way. I get the voice is like a nice little tease, but I don't know when that's gonna be followed up on. Is it gonna be followed up in that character's movie, or is it gonna be followed up in one of the TV shows? I don't know what I'm waiting for. Instead, I could have just had a first look. Maybe they just haven't got that character's look yet, and the costume, and they just needed their voice. That's the only reason I would say it makes sense. But say they've already got like a costume in mind, just have the actor just do the thing and have them be on camera. I think that would have been cooler, but they already had like a big actor in first credit scene, so I get it. It makes it a bit different. But anyway, I'd say this is a good way to end Marvel Studios, like actual Marvel Studios MCU movies for the year. Of course, we've got No Way Home next month, which I'm so excited for. That trailer that just came out, side note, is amazing. And you can tell they removed Toby and Andrew, so they're in the movie. I just can't wait to see that, and I can't wait to review it. But yeah, I would say this movie is like a 4 out of 10, maybe 3.5, 4 out of 10, that kind of thing. Just good. Not like Infinity War. That's like my high standard for an MCU movie, but Infinity War kind of levels, or Winter Soldier. Just the really, really good ones. But it's interesting. It's very divisive among critics and fans, and I think that's a good thing, because it means people are going to watch it because they want to kind of watch it in a way, or they might just go look up the new Marvel movie, see the Rotten Tomatoes score, and go, ugh, I'm not going to watch that. So who knows? I don't think Marvel Studios are stupid enough to go, oh, people didn't like that movie, let's never make a really original and a risky movie ever again. I think they get what the divisive nature is. I feel like they'll listen to the fans. The fans seem to be liking it more, which is good. But that's all I have to say. See you next month for No Way Home, or maybe another movie. If another movie comes out and I want to review it, I might, but I don't think there's anything else until No Way Home. So until then, goodbye.